So RFK, Tulsi, and Kash.
There were some great moments. Yeah, here comes RFK calling out Bernie, though. This is great.
It's a simple question.
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
No,
protecting their interests.
Oh, I thought that would come. No. I ran for president like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I had
pharmaceutical
contributions from workers all over this country. Workers,
you were
not a nickel from corporate PACs.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical.
Okay, so I have an idea.
Lose Bernie. I thought we were going to lose him there.
I got a hot take for you guys. You ready for this?
Do it.
Come on now. It's Friday.
I think the whole structure of these hearings are worthless. Do you remember back during the Kavanaugh hearings, there was Christine Blasey Ford made these, I think, obviously ridiculous and baseless accusations against Brett Kavanaugh.
Yep.
So in their wisdom, the Republicans on that Senate Judiciary Committee go, we're a bunch of old dudes asking questions to this young, 40 to them, young,
relatively
young.
Yeah,
what if we, instead of asking questions, why don't we bring in Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell, and she will then ask questions, and she could question Christine Blasey Ford, and she could question Brett Kavanaugh, and let that record stand. And it was like, this was like 1,000 times better. Why don't we do that again? I mean, honestly, wouldn't it make more sense if you actually had hearings where the lead counsel for the Democrats would ask questions for RFK and go, well, here's our concerns. Boom, 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 boom. And that person wouldn't be grandstanding for the camera.
Right.
We'd be looking for gotcha questions. It would give the actual person being, interviewed the chance to give, paragraph length responses instead of answer yes or no, answer yes or no. It's like so stupid. That would be so much more informative. And then when you go to the Senate floor, that's where you make your grandstanding 10-minute speech where you're the biggest hero. And that's why this guy should never be nominated, whatever. That would be so much better for the American people. I think we'd learn so much more.
Can I weaponize your own phrase against you? The purpose of a system is what it does. I feel like those senators would never agree to this because they love those clips. They send them out to all their donors. And it's like their little field day for them to get attention from all the people that put them there.
That's right. Yeah, no, I'm totally with Josh. I think that it would be better for civil discourse. It would be better for a self-governing people to go with Josh's method. But I would say I would want to grandfather in Senator Kennedy, because if I ever lost these clips of Kennedy, and when he retires and we do lose these clips, it will be a sad day.
I especially appreciated Amy Klobuchar. I don't know if you saw Amy Klobuchar questioning. Amy Klobuchar, okay. I'm not even going to show the clip in which this happens, but she was trying to get on him about being against Bill Barr. And she's like, you have no loyalty. Bill Barr served the nation honorably, and you think that he's bad or whatever. And then I went back to 2019, and she was ripping Bill Barr. It's like she's some staunch defender of Bill Barr. She hated him in 2019. She's flipping around now to use this as a way to beat Cash.
But then when Bill Barr criticized Donald Trump in 2020, then she's like, see, he's now good because he's attacking Trump. Why don't you like this guy who attacked Trump? And Kash Patel's like, shut up, dude.
Yeah. This is my favorite.
Well, and again, these questions are like, they're so loaded,
Yeah.
Answer yes or no. I'm going to give you
general
this totally
statement and a mischaracterization of what I said. I encourage you to read the rest of the interview. This is why snippets of information are often misleading and detrimental to this committee's advice and consent process.
If you consent, I would love to have 5 hours of questions, and then I could read the whole transcript.
You've got 2 minutes.
Wow.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Well, actually,
that
was a funny clip where they made it do that, but in real life, she's like, oh my gosh. Wow. She just was like truly the first time someone had humbled her, because this is the woman that, eats, her salad with like her hair clip and throws at things at her staffers. Everyone says she's like the worst senator, like the rudest. SOB. And so, like, the fact that she was treated with disdain by a nominee who was trying to get her vote, he just is in total I don't give a crap mode.
Yeah.
You have 2
She
minutes.
just couldn't believe it. Like, what? We are the kings and queens here. We're the princes and princesses of the United States Senate, this august institution, the world's greatest deliberative body. And he's just like, yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
I love it.
The other thing that's funny to me too, and I have this clip, is everyone argues over procedural stuff. So I think Klobuchar went a couple minutes over.
You went
like,
3 minutes over.
If you go over, I need to go over. And Senator Kennedy is my absolute favorite. I could listen to him talk all day. He's so funny.
He's my spirit animal sometimes.
Seriously, yeah.
Mr. Chairman,
Before we go to Lee.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, what do you want?
I love this guy. Mr. Chairman, I'm unlike Senator Tillis. I mean, if we're going to start this, I want an extra 3 minutes.
Well,
Now, my friend Senator Klobuchar went 3 minutes over.
So here what you're saying is the chairman wasn't a very good chairman by not shutting her up. But I've gone through this before, and I think I know how to handle it. And get
I think you're a star-spangled awesome chairman. I just want to say that for the record. But if you're going to let somebody over there go 3 minutes over, I want my extra 3 minutes.
Well, let's see if it's abused by anybody else before we make that decision.
I'm just telling you, I'm going to abuse it.
Well, I'm not going to let you abuse.
This is like a Seinfeld episode or something.
It's great though, because
Look at this.
Senator Grassley knows he's basically saying, every once in a while you have those conversations where the words that people are saying to each other are one thing, but there's an underlying message. And basically, Chairman Grassley is like, well, I'm old as dirt, and if I'm seen as shutting down this nice young lady, then I'm going to look like I'm an evil old man. So please don't make me have to do that. That's basically what's going on. And Kennedy's like, yeah, I know that, but I want to grandstand a little bit and have a little extra time too. And basically, I'm saying this so that as a warning shot that other Democrats don't try to take their extra 3 minutes too. So, I mean, it's,
She probably had my favorite opening statement, and it actually included
like her outfit's so non-traditional. She looks like she's like in a Marvel movie. She's gorgeous, obviously.
I love her hair.
White.
Can I just put that out there? When I start to go gray, I'm going to do the wispy gray.
Well,
thing.
she did that
That's
streak to to remember the soldiers or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, okay, sure.
Wait, I thought it was isn't it a Hawaiian thing? Is it not?
No. I think she did it to remember. Like in commemoration of military veterans who commit suicide or some kind of thing like that, and it's like, it just so happens to look really awesome too. So that's why she does it.
Yeah. She's a great voice it was great to listen to her. Really. So okay. But down from the surface, let's dig a little deeper.
Yeah. So digging into Tulsi here. Now it did cross my mind too, why she wore all white. I think was an intentional choice. She started out with this opening statement, and I'll just let the record play and then we talk about it after.
I'm honored and grateful to President Trump for his trust and confidence in nominating me to serve our country as the Director of National Intelligence at a time when trust in the intelligence community, unfortunately, is at an all-time low. Chuck Schumer admitted a few years ago, quote, "You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you." For too long, faulty, inadequate, or weaponized intelligence have led to costly failures and the undermining of our national security and God-given freedoms enshrined in the Constitution. The most obvious example of one of these failures is our invasion of Iraq based upon a total fabrication or complete failure of intelligence. This disastrous decision led to the deaths of tens of thousands of American soldiers, millions of people in the Middle East, mass migration, destabilization, and undermining of the security and stability of our European allies, the rise of ISIS, strengthening of al-Qaeda and other Islamist jihadist groups, and strengthening Iran. Here are just a few other examples. The American people elected Donald Trump as their president not once but twice, and yet the FBI and intelligence agencies were politicized by his opponents to undermine his presidency and falsely portray him as a puppet of Putin. Title I of FISA was used illegally to obtain a warrant to spy on Trump campaign advisor Carter Page, using a Clinton campaign-funded false dossier as their so-called evidence. Biden campaign advisor Tony Blinken was the impetus for the 51 former senior intelligence officials' letter dismissing Hunter Biden's laptop as disinformation specifically to help Biden win the election. Former DNI James Clapper lied to this committee in 2013, denying the existence of programs that facilitated the mass collection of millions of Americans' phone and internet records, yet was never held accountable. Under John Brennan's leadership, the CIA abused its power to spy on Congress, to dodge oversight, lied about doing it until he was caught, and yet has never been held responsible. Under Biden, the FBI abused its power for political reasons to try to surveil Catholics who attend traditional Latin Mass, labeling them as quote unquote radical traditionalist Catholics.
Hear, hear.
Personally, just 24 hours after I criticized Kamala Harris and her nomination, I was placed on a secret domestic terror watch list called Quiet Skies. Sadly, there are more examples. The bottom line is this must end. President Trump's reelection is a clear mandate from the American people to break this cycle of failure, end the weaponization and politicization of the intelligence community, and begin to restore trust in those who've been charged with the critical task of securing our nation.
You know, it's interesting that the left would criticize the FBI, the CIA, all throughout the 1960s and 1970s. And then suddenly they take over all the institutions like, so actually we love this power. Never mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.